I was going to read some Leonard Cohen. Just found out that he died today at 82. Go listen to some Leonard Cohen. Go find some poetry, some words written by Leonard Cohen. I don't have it in me. I was going to read a poem called Democracy. Got turned into a song also. Back in the, late 80s, early 90s maybe. And I was going to do Democracy because, of course, here in the United States, feels like we're struggling with it. I mean, it's all part of it, right? But it's been a tough week. A tough week. I need to say anybody who probably really knows me or watches my channel, so you've seen any What the Fugues or whatever, you know that Donald Trump would probably not be top of my list of people I'd want to be running the nation, let alone even being allowed to talk the way he talks and acts the way he acts and everything else. It's pretty horrible. But that being said, silver lining to what's kind of been a really shitty week. I was going to talk some comics. Last week's comics, I was sick, so I was going to do a video. I'm not up to it. I just don't have it in me to do it, to be enthusiastic, talk about comic books. I did read some good comic books last week. But anyway, silver lining. I thought I wasn't going to do Comic Book Roundtable this week either because I wasn't going to get my books until late. Because the day I would normally get my books is a holiday here in the United States. It's Veterans Day. So I just didn't think I was going to get my books until late on Saturday. I wouldn't have enough time to read them to even bother to do a show. But I got them a day early. I got them on Thursday. So here we are. New comic book day. Hooray, hooray. This tells me that I have 24 issues here. Seems like more than that, but we'll see. We'll see what we got. I'll hopefully get to read these over the next couple days, and then we'll talk some comics. We'll talk some comics on Saturday, and hopefully I'll be in a better space all the way around. So what did I pick up? First up is Superwoman, issue number 4. Have been really, really digging Superwoman. So The Haunting of Lana Lang. Lana Lang's been having some psychological problems with the deaths that have happened in the book and in her life. Really been a smart book. I've really been enjoying it, so looking forward to reading that. Supergirl has been fun. Issue 3, we'll see what happens here. Not really excited by, once again, the whole Cyborg Superman thing, so I hope we're going to get past that quickly and get into some other kinds of stories. So we'll see. That's a book that's on a slippery slope. I've been thinking I need to start ratcheting back some of the comics I'm reading. I'm reading a ton of comics. A lot of them are really mediocre. Superhero comics aren't always, rock star type comics. And I like some light entertainment, and superhero comics lots of times are that light entertainment. But I may need to lower some of that down. Not that I don't need more light entertainment in my life, but lower some of that down, spend some money some other places. Some more important things that are going on in the nation to make sure that my loved ones, my friends, and my fellow citizens in the United States are protected by what is potentially coming. But let's not get political again. Anyway, issue number 5 of the new Superman. Been really, really loving this. Starro on it. I'm excited to see what Starro ends up being like. It's just been a really fun comic. Comic I'm looking forward to reading. I've heard some this and that's about it on Twitter from some other fellow comic book readers, so I'm curious to read it for myself. Mother Panic, the last of the Young Animal books. This is issue number 1. New character in Gotham. Always curious about new characters in Gotham. See what this character's going to be like. Kind of excited for that. Issue number 2 of Lost Boys. Issue number 1 was okay. I'm not much into nostalgia comics. This is new stuff, but that's kind of where it falls at. So it's always kind of, for me. I get it because I get the Vertigo package. I will say these Harris covers are darn cool, though. Here we go. Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps. Bottled Light Part 1. You know what? After about issue 4, I've actually really been kind of enjoying Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern Corps, mostly because there's been more people in it than Hal Jordan. Hal Jordan is my least favorite of all of it, but I've liked some of the other aspects of it. Gotham Academy, issue number 3. It's been what it's been. Don't know one way or the other how excited I am about that. It's one of those things I get in the deal. Book I am excited about. Doom Patrol, issue number 3. Very much looking forward to reading this. I have really been enjoying it. Danny Comics, I think this issue is going to have a lot to do with Danny. So curious to see what that's like and what else is going on in the Doom Patrol world. Detective Comics, this is issue number 944. We'll see what happens with them hooking up with Luke. And see what that ends up being like. Batwing. I've been enjoying the Detective Comics run up to this point. Don't know how excited I am about this new version of Luke, what that's really going to be like. Girl of the Birds of Prey, excuse me for my yawning. Every issue seems to get a little better than the last issue, so I'm excited to keep reading it. I like the characters, so those books I'll probably keep picking up. All-Star Batman. I like Two-Face. He's my favorite of the Batman villains. Ramada Jr. art is starting to wear on me. This whole story is wearing on me. I'm just not really satisfied with a lot of Batman books right now. Unfortunately. I want to like them better. It just feels like, to some degree, with some of them, it's editorial, and others it's just, I don't know if the writers are really grabbing me with whatever they've got going on. Anyway, Aftershocks Comics, Shipwreck number 2. Really enjoyed Shipwreck number 1. It was just really weird, and great art by Phil Hester, so looking forward to checking out the next issue of that. My issue of Red Hood and the Outlaws, and now we got Bizarro with them. I'm really curious to see what ends up happening. I really like this cover, them crawling over Black Mask's face. Just really curious to see what the story ends up being. You know, what's this going to be like? Issue number 4. Power Man and Iron Fist. This is issue number 10. Now that we're done with the whole Civil War thing, what's next? It's got some crime gang people in here. Curious to see what that's all about. Start of a new number 1 for the Marvel Now silliness. Harlem Burns is the title of it. So we'll see what that ends up being like. This is issue number 1 of Black. This came out a couple weeks ago. I finally got my copy because I originally forgotten to get it. Knew I wanted it. I had ordered like number 2, but somehow I'd forgotten to order number 1. Really looking forward to seeing what this is about, reading it and checking it out. Another Black Mask comic. I'm trying to find some Black Mask comic that I might really enjoy. Haven't really latched on to anything yet, but I am curious about this, especially the current climate we have going on here in the United States. What's that going to be like? What are they telling me? What kind of a story is it going to be? I'm interested in all that. Issue 3 of 4 of The Resident Alien, The Man with No Name. I'm excited to see what happens here. Seems like maybe the alien has been exposed to some people, and potentially the U.S. government has figured out where he's at. That's why we're seeing the airplanes on him. Maybe they're going to do a strike on him. We're curious to see what that ends up being all about. The next issue of No Mercy, I think this is issue 11. Duh, right there. It says right in the middle. 11. So this is using the used vinyl. So excited about that. I've been really enjoying No Mercy. Alex DeCamp and Carla Speed McNeil. It's been enjoyable, really interesting. A book I haven't started reading yet. This is Glitter Bomb issue number 3. I've got to get issue number 1 ordered so I can check them out. Just kind of glancing at it. I like the art that's in it, so I'm curious to see what all is going on with it. So I gotta get it caught up. Gotta find that issue number 1. Get myself set up to be reading those. Now 3 issues in, it's gonna be a trade by the time I get issue number 1 ordered up and whatnot. So once again, Doom Patrol issue number 3. This is the one of their variant covers. Yeah, that's reminiscent of the old Doom Patrol covers. Kind of digging it. The one thing I'm buying variant covers for. Clean Room issue number 3. Curious to see what's next to this whole thing now that Astrid's back. What's going to happen? What's really going to transpire? We got the baby and all this stuff going on. What kind of mysteries are we going to get? What kind of things are Gail Simone going to make us go, ooh, oh, and hey, this is the new artist on it. So Giovanni. So we'll see what that ends up being like with the new artist on it now. Casanova. Cydia, issue number 7. Always love Casanova. Brilliant cover. Gabriel Ba, Fabian Moon are amazing artists. The stuff they do is just brilliant. So always excited to read that. So here's issue number 2, or chapter number 2, as they call it, of Black, with our strange fruit hanging there from the old. I'm not sure who originally does that. Billie Holidays, who I'm familiar with singing Strange Fruit, does Simone, Nina Simone, does she sing that too? I don't remember who else sings it. But anyway, so curious to see what that ends up being like. Like I said, really interested in Black and what that's being from Black Mask. That's the issue that actually came out this week. So Alders number 2 has come out. We get this cover, here, the spray painted, picture of our character, Freak underneath it. Wasn't supposed to be solely about her being a trans woman. Was leery about how the first issue of the trans character was written, and I'm a bit concerned with just this cover, what that's going to end up being like, what it's going to feel like. So we'll see what that ends up being like. I will be talking to my queer friends and seeing what all that's about, have them read it and get their feel for it along with my feel for it. And finally, this time around, Wonder Woman issue number 10. I think this might be the last issue of Nicola Scott. We'll see. Looks wonderful. I know it's going to be fun. I've really been enjoying the Wonder Woman. It's 2 parts and whatnot. At any rate, hope everybody else has enjoyed their new comics. Hope to get some of these read and talk about them on Saturday. I'll need the levity of getting to hang out with some of my comic book friends and talking some comics. I hope everything's going well with you. If you're some of my people, hey, take care of yourself, and we'll figure a way out through all this craziness. Anyway, have a great time, everybody, and I'll see you on the weekend.